So, visual explorations, like I mentioned, is to me the best part, simply because it's where we can take our ideas out of from our heads and put into screens. Is where we gather all our knowledge about the software, about design, about our users or our audience, and everything we know about the product. Even if you're starting fresh, like the product is brand new, you have to know the scope, you have to know the objectives of that particular product, etc. But right now, the goal is to have the best visual representation of your solutions. And one of my mentors always said, uh, bad ideas first. Because I'm not going to lie to you, you won't hit the mark in the first three screens. Sometimes we say, especially when we are freelancers, we say to clients, I'm going to give you three options so you can choose one. I'm so sorry. You are terribly mistaken. Because with just three, you're not even scratching the surface. So that's why the bad ideas concept uh, comes in place, because your first five screens will be bad. Don't get me wrong, it will be bad. What I like you guys to do is to understand that, and this is not for each screen, it's not for all screens, for every flow. It's just the first screens. Maybe you get like, I don't know, homepage, profile page, product page, and I don't know, search results, like those four. And you can visually explore at least 8 to 10 different options. Oh, Daniel, that'll be like 40 screens. Yeah, in average. I've done more than that just for the homepage. I had a project once that I had to design, I don't know, it was almost 60 different screens just for the dashboard. Just for the dashboard, almost 60 screens. Most of them were very similar, very similar, because it is hard to do those 8 to 10 explorations. Imagine 60, where you just change position of the elements. We're going to cover this a little further in this week when we talk about information architecture, but it is possible to change the position of the elements without messing with the information architecture. You can create different structures for your project, uh, try different patterns, cover patterns in our design principles. You can change sizes of the buttons, sizes of the font, sizes of like the images, and even more. It's up to you to explore that options. And just to give you guys a quick example here, uh, from my page that we designed last week, the sneaker shoes, I've created six, just six, just to show you like examples. This is the first draft out of the wireframe. In this one here, I changed the size of the price. I changed the drop down. I can remove the label outside of the drop down. I changed the button. This one here, very similar to the second version, but the price is at the top. So like you change the position, but you didn't change the information architecture. I changed the background color. I added the same drop shadow of the CTA here. The CTA is supposed to be fixed in the screen, so everything you scroll, the buy now button will be over everything. Because I changed the background, I also changed the color of the drop down and the plus and minus. In this one here, I changed a lot. You can see that the button is bigger than the first version. The thumbnails are now vertical, so the main screen is also 5x7 instead of square. Everything is centralized. Product name, price, description, quantity. For this one here, I changed a little more. I increased the size of the main picture and added the thumbnails over that card. Everything else I keep the same, like the button size, font size, I just like realign. And the last one is where I did a major change. So you can see here that the product image is in the background. The thumbnails are vertical. I have a card here with this glass effect where we blurred everything on the background. The button is different. I'm not saying that this is my final version. Probably not, because the information card covers a lot of the product image. So maybe not the best idea. So coming out of the 8 to 10 explorations, I need to explore more. And I will do that in the next lessons, because I need to get to a more like client version thing. Some screens is something that I would present to a client to generate my style, my visuals, and from there I can scale that visual pattern to other screens. That's why we are talking about establishing our visuals, right? So it is an ongoing process, and that is something that I want you guys to keep in mind. Like, explore, try, fail a lot. You're gonna produce terrible screens, but those terrible screens will lead you to great screens. Okay, see you next lesson.